All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2021 April Q&A. I am here with some lovely allies, and we are about to dig into your questions. If you want to join this tier, it's a $20 and up tier on Patreon. You can ask us about anything. Why we flip pizza, things like that. Whatever
Why we
sets your heart
don't?
aflutter. Yeah. Um, our first question. Do you know who it comes in from?
Zerina?
Yep.
Alexander Ziriano. Let's go.
Yep. Hello, allies. If I could change one thing in the gaming industry, I would like for voice chat to be limited to friends only. First reason for such a change is obvious. Voice chat makes griefing unnecessarily easy. You can even be mean accidentally if you express your emotions without realizing that your mic is on. Secondly, there's a language barrier. This may not be an issue in the US, but when I play on European servers, I'm rarely grouped with someone I can understand. This creates a feeling of separation from the online community and adds hassle of manually muting other players. Thirdly, since voice chat is so widely available, many online games are designed around this feature, and not every developer spends time on making some fallback solution like a ping system. This is a problem for gamers who can't use voice chat or don't feel comfortable talking to strangers. And maybe it's just me, but I can't get immersed in a game's world if I hear external voices, just like I can't get immersed in a movie if someone's talking nearby. My question to the panel, if you could change one thing in the gaming industry, what would it be and why?
Isn't there like a mute thing in the PS5 settings? You can like go in and auto mute games. I feel like.
Probably.
Am I making that up?
I think some games have a mute all button,
Okay.
an option.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you can click the thing on the controller now to mute.
I just don't play games that have this problem. I guess very much.
I don't. Yeah, I don't deal with it that often. But yeah, it's funny because, when Xbox Live first started, it was almost like that was part of the draw and the appeal of it. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
talking to some random dude,
That
flying
headset.
around dogfighting,
Yeah.
and then that went away pretty quickly. It's like, unless you get into a very team-based game, it's like I do not want to hear anybody that I do not know.
Yeah.
I mean, in a perfect world, one thing I could change about the industry would be like no hate, no shame.
Right. That.
No,
Right.
no hate, no shame. No shame for not playing things. No hate for your competition in online games. No hate for people that like certain games.
Or
just
just
like-
no hate for who you
Yeah.
are. Like
Yeah.
take out all the, the ne'er do wells, like, or just make people not so hateful, because like
Mhm.
there's no need. It's
And then
just
you can keep
video
chat on.
games. It's just video games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
mean, I
except
guess
for
it's
the
the
people that have
same.
kids and radios screaming, I guess. But
It's the same. Well, it's the same. I think it's the same root issue that Alexander's talking about. Is like people just being like trash, like sexist, racist
Yeah.
monsters, hateful monsters.
Yeah.
Got to get that out of there. That's
Um,
like a human race problem.
Yeah, mine is kind of along the same lines. I wish my cat wouldn't jump on me during the Q&A, but
We do.
We
okay.
love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if
It's
you
a
guys love
feature, not a
Yeah.
bug.
I wish the fighting game community wasn't shitty sometimes. Like it's frustrating because I think the fighting game community can be like really funny and passionate and awesome, but they can also just be like condescending jerks at the same time as well. And it's like, all right, like when you act like this, like no one wants to be a part of this community. Like it's not going to grow. It's not going to get any better, And so I think on that level, I wish sometimes it was a little better.
Ben, in chat, they're saying the volume overall is a little low. If we can boost it just a smidge.
Boost it.
Yep, we sure can.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, dude. Toxic communities. Just like, come one, come all, I say. Come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone
and-
lighten up.
Yeah, at the same time, like, I think it's, I don't want to like be like, oh, you can't ever joke around or have fun or whatever. Like, no, you don't want things to be like so like buttoned up, I guess, that it kind of sucks all the personality out of it. But you know, there's a balance there for sure.
Yeah.
On on a more selfish one, I wish every game company with every game would allow you to do whatever type of control scheme or controller input you wanted to use for every single game. Like mandatory. It was like a universal law. So it's like, I don't like your controller setup, I can switch around anything.
I mean, that's good for accessibility too. That
Yep.
that
Yeah.
should just be the way for sure.
I think stuff like that is in some of the overall system things, but you're changing the button assignments on the controller. Yeah.
I'm going a little further than this. Like, this would be, if we were going to like retroactive, it would be like Kid Icarus Uprising would have to require traditional controller input, or
Oh, I wish.
RE4
I
RE4
wish.
VR,
Oh, boy.
RE4 VR, like that the enhancements is getting. Oh, you can just play that with the controller. It does, like, the people who say that defeats the purpose. I don't care. I want to play with the controller. I want to play Half-Life Alyx with the controller. I don't care. I can't play it with the VR. I know that defeats the purpose, but like, let people play how they want to play. Like, you know,
I want there to be a
I mean,
Switch port of
not.
Kid Icarus
I
Uprising
understand
so
where you're
bad.
coming from. No, not really there with you, because I just feel like sometimes that's just game design, man. Like if you take away the controllers in VR for Alex, you have a different game. You have to design a different game. You know, they did Donkey Kong Jungle Beat on the Wii, and I'm like, this is stupid. Just keeps the bongos. There's no sense in trying to flail around the Wii controllers to play this game. That's not what the game was designed for. So
maybe that's just your opinion, Blood. Like, what if someone out there is like, I thank you so much for putting that on Wii with the motion stuff. I love that. Now, I can't say that was me, but I mean, if it makes one person, you know, happy, like that option, I don't get why you don't, like, you're not taking away the other.
Yep.
because it's an
And
interactive medium, so like the physical of what you're doing is part of it. Like that's, you know, and the challenge is going to be based around that to a degree.
I think some people don't care that much about that stuff and care more about just like playing the game somehow. Like, not everyone has that same attachment to.
Yeah, because Resident Evil 7 is VR, but if you don't use VR, it's cool.
I don't think
You know?
I don't think he's saying like, oh, it has to be this way. It's just like, I think it's totally fine to have controller preferences or to not like a game based on how it controls. You know,
Yeah,
it's not like he's demanding that for everybody.
I don't want to be judgmental of someone who doesn't play it even like the creator's intent way, where they're saying like outright or saying like a comment thing like, you're playing this game wrong. It's like, I don't care if that person's playing it wrong. I don't care if they missed the point of the game. If they had a good time playing it out for the way they played it, I don't care.
But we should play more video games in the IMAX. For
I do think like it can be good to push yourself and like play outside of your comfort zone sometimes, and like there are things where it's like, dude, I can't do this, but then like through persistence it became second nature. Like fighting sticks, like when I first tried using a fighting stick, it was like, oh my god, I can't do this, like this is terrible. And now like I don't even think about it, you know, it's just like using any other controller for me. And so, you know, I think things in life are like that sometimes, are like that. You got to push yourself a little bit and you may end up loving it.
Push yourself.
As the great Sheryl Crow
love that.
said, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Yeah, I guess the thing that like immediately comes to mind with the broader question though is just what we've been talking about the past few weeks with like legacy content and stuff, and just like find a way to like blast all those barriers off. And like if the game came out, let people buy it and play it, you know, as though make it happen.
Next question comes in from Mike Hook. Hi. wave emoji. Do any of you still subscribe or pick up video game related magazines? I'm currently still subscribed to Otaku USA, and I regularly pick up Retro Gamer when I pass by a magazine rack. I also subscribe to The Crossing Board, a fan made Animal Crossing magazine from the UK. That is wonderful. The one's beautifully done with original artwork, no ads, and loads of content. Don't tell Nintendo, okay? What is your current take on video game magazines, and do you still collect or read them?
Just Game Informer for me now. I've told this story before. My mom, when I was a kid, threw away my boxes and boxes of Nintendo Powers and Game Pros. Probably like the biggest regret of my life is having all those thrown out. I think she was like, "Yeah, can I throw these out?" And I was probably playing a video game at the time, and was like, "Yeah, sure, throw them out."
Dude, Hubert, that same thing happened to me. Like,
Yeah.
the moms trick you into getting
Yeah.
rid of them, and then
Yep.
you immediately
They
regret it.
trick
Yeah, no, they do,
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
They, like,
Yep.
guilt trick you, and in a moment of weakness, you're like, fine,
Yep.
whatever.
They
And
wait
then-
till you're distracted,
Yeah,
Ben. They
dude.
wait till you're occupied.
It's
And
absolute
they strike.
bullshit. Yes. Oh, my God.
Nice.
It makes me so mad, dude.
Yeah, now I just have Game Informer.
I unfortunately do not currently subscribe. Game Informer was the last one, and it was just out of like getting the free ones from whatever GameStop thing I was a part of years ago that I'm no longer a part of. But we were talking recently about like Nintendo Power. Like I had that until like the end, but it was kind of sad to see. I feel bad because one person who worked on Nintendo Power magazine like messaged me, or didn't message me but replied to me on Twitter about, "Oh, it's okay, like even though I worked at Nintendo Power during the era you were talking about during the so-called decline, like I still enjoyed my time working there." It was like sad to see video game magazines go from what they were in the 90s even to maybe around like the early 2000s, where it was just like the design of them, like the thickness to them. They had like so much, and like the internet hadn't completely consumed all the news updates about you, about your focus, and they just became so thin and basic. And like I would reread older magazines when I got the volume. I'd go through them like 2 times. It'd be like an event for me, and it just, that magic went away by like the mid 2000s, especially with Nintendo Power. And I was like, this is just, I'll check it. Maybe I'll have one interesting thing in here, but man, it's just, the internet's just like destroying it.
Man, I am so passionate about game magazines because, like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for game magazines. PSM and Computer Gaming
PSM,
World,
dude.
PSM.
Computer Gaming World in particular,
Shout out.
really meant a lot to me and were very formative. And they just, like, PSM had the sickest original art. Like, it had a good sense of humor. Both that and Computer Gaming World had incredible senses of humor that was, like, very welcoming and warm and just fun. Like, sometimes I miss those days, man, and I'm sure it's just, like, old manism creeping in, but it was like no bullshit. It was just like, dude, aren't video games awesome? And like that was it. It wasn't like constant negativity. It was great.
Yeah, Ben, one thing I loved about magazines was the beginning and the end. The beginning of like what's kind of everyone playing, or like some editorial stuff of like, hey, this game is on the horizon, or like, hey, this one just came out, so we're doing this. Just like those weird fun things they would do in the beginning. And then at the end, like the really weird, like jokey ones of like, best video game moms, or like just weird countdowns and stuff. So fun.
I had the I think from the first issue maybe of PSM, the like smile face logo sticker. I had it on my PS1, like over the disk drive lid. I subscribed to PSM from the first issue.
Dude, I'm so jealous because I didn't get into PSM until like it wasn't that much later, but it was like a little later, and they would show in the magazines like their back issues, and the first one, Final Fantasy VII, on the cover. I wanted that one so bad, and it was always like, no, we don't. It's out. Like we don't have it in stock. So it bummed me out.
PSM, dude. I subscribed to PSM for a long time. That was like the only one. That and American Cinematographer I had for a long time, but that was the last magazine I had that I let lapse.
PSM has this really sick Silent Hill 1 cover, and they have a really, really, really sick Resident Evil 2 cover, if I'm remembering correctly.
I remember the Resident Evil 2 for sure.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember a Tomb Raider one too. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I think like Lara's under a waterfall or something. I don't know.
Probably, man. We're all pervs.
Dude, the Resident Evil 3 one is sick. Nemesis is like busting out of a
don't
concrete
remember
wall,
that
just
one.
like. "Rah!"
Yeah, I don't have anything right now. Yeah, obviously, like everyone else, I had Nintendo Power for a long time and had Next Gen for a while that was still going. And Game Informer off and on, but very much like Damiani was just while I had the GameStop discounts.
I don't do magazines now, partially because I don't enjoy them as much. Like I was doing Edge for a while, but I just don't have room. I just don't have room for them. I have too many video games and movies and consoles and shit. I just don't have room for magazines, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
The comment here says a few new screenshots to get you by for an entire month. Now you get news almost daily. That's something I loved about magazines too, is that it felt like
Yeah, exactly.
you would get your info, it wasn't too much,
Yeah.
and then you would wait and get the game, and that was it.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah,
I completely agree
like
with you.
that.
People are like,
Yeah.
people are just so hungry for stuff like every day or every hour, and like I agree, man. Like getting home from school and checking the mail to see if you got your magazine, like that level of anticipation, because then when you got it, you appreciated it so much more. Yeah, I think things are way too disposable now.
Yeah. Disposable, Ben. I like that.
Disposed.
Yeah.
Red Sky's posting all these covers.
I
in
know, I'm
chat.
clicking on
So sick. The Resident Evil 2 one is insane.
Yeah, it's great.
God.
MGS2 demo secrets. We
Dude.
found stuff in here that you haven't.
Dude,
Guaranteed.
dude, that
great.
MGS2 demo might as well have been a game release, man. Like
It's
that,
the
Yeah.
best demo of all
that
time.
thing
Yeah.
sustained you back in the day.
Yeah.
Two best demos. PT
That-
and the MGS2 demo. for
And Resident
sure.
Evil 4. And Resident Evil 4. Throw that in there.
I don't remember that one.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
man,
think I
the
played Resident Evil 4
RE4
demo.
demo.
It was just like the beginning village part.
Oh, that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I just played the full game on.
Ended with
GameCube.
where is everyone going? Bingo.
Yeah, I played it on GameCube. Oh man, MGS2 demo, dude. My friend and I played that for like weeks.
So nuts.
It would make me really happy if Q&A just became like boomer talk.
Yeah.
We're
Ian,
millennials, damn it.
Ian, it's like playing a movie.
It's like playing a
You are.
It looks so good.
Are you a Gen X?
Yeah.
Holy shit,
Me
that
and Brandon are
explains
Gen X.
everything. That explains everything.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good.
Our next question comes in from Alex McMillan. Hello, allies. For a particular subsection of EZA fans across the Atlantic Ocean, the end of May brings an event of unrivaled spectacle, the Eurovision Song Contest. Have any of you watched Eurovision? Are there any fans among you? Do you even know what it is? I'd love to hear any memories or experiences you've had with Eurovision. If nothing else, please look up which famous rapper is performing for the country of San Marino this year.
My girlfriend is Norwegian, and she was showing me Eurovision stuff. Because it's something I had zero experience with before this, and then she was showing me her like favorite clips and stuff, and it's just so funny because she'll be like, "This was huge. This took over everything," you know, and it's like some ridiculous like really saccharine like electro pop song and stuff. But some of them were awesome. Like the show is really fun. So yeah, Eurovision is cool. She. I think it was difficult for her to get across the extent of how like big of a deal it is, because like she was like, this just takes over everything. Like everyone's freaking out about Eurovision, like watching it in bars and stuff. And yeah, but yeah, it seems like a very special kind of like cheesy, ridiculous television event, you know.
Look at my
Well,
hand.
yeah, it just seems like a larger scale of
just
like
cake
Star
and cat
Search, right?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Well, people like represent their countries, so it's like a
Right. Okay.
I'm not fully clear on the details, but it's like a wackadoo, like crazy ass Eurovision replaced World Wars. Says but yeah, like ABBA came out of it apparently and stuff. Like it's cool, but like yeah, like some guy will show up like representing his country and then do like some crazy like techno yodeling with a violin and his voice or something, and it's just all over the place. It's like American Idol Olympics is the perfect description, Trooper. Yeah.
I don't know.
I love
anything
Rachel
about
McAdams.
Eurovision. I don't watch Eurovision. It's sort of like soccer to me, or football, where like it's like one of the biggest things in the world, and I am just blissfully in ignorance of it. Nothing against it. I'm sure it's great. I don't really. It's funny because I love music, but I'm not into like singing stuff. Like, not into like American Idol or The Voice or anything like that.
It's less like that and more like. I mean, it is like that, but it isn't like. It's like very, very European.
I know, like, well. Depending on which part of Europe we're talking about, they have the best heavy metal in the world. So if I could like watch a sick black metal performance or something, that'd be cool.
Some of it is like Sophia showed me like some Swedish team that showed up and just played like the darkest shit you'd ever heard, and then like someone from wherever comes out and plays this crazy bubblegum techno stuff, and like they're both sick, but it's like it's wacky.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's the kind of like extent you don't get on American Idol. It's like the greatest range they have is from like R&B to country.
Right. Apparently 41 countries participate in Eurovision. Wow. It's a big deal. It's huge.
I really love this comment in chat. UK never wins because everyone hates us, with good reason, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. Us too. America too. Like, people aren't wrong.
That's very funny.
We're bad from the start, baby.
Our next question comes in from Jesse Blue. Hi, allies. Greetings from the Midwest. Yo, shout out. I just want to use my spot to say you are all doing a fantastic job, and I love you all. That's so nice. Keep up the great work, and I'm sending each of you a hug. Love and respect.
Aw, hug right back.
That's not a question, Jesse. It's an answer.
In some ways, I would take that over a question.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our next question comes in from Richard G. Flowers. Howdy, allies. Don't step on my keyboard. In the spirit of the upcoming...
Is that part of it? No. Did Richard Flowers write that?
Yeah. Richard Flowers is my cat.
Howdy, allies. Don't step on my keyboard.
He's asking a question.
We won't, Richard.
Howdy, allies. In the spirit of the upcoming Resident Evil 8, it'd be wrong for me to miss my usual horror question. Love it.
Awesome.
We're going to roleplay monsters. Like Demetress, Heisenberg et al., if you had a spooky house under your command, what would it be like? What kind of building or area is your domain setting? And which classic or non-classic ghoul would be identified with you roaming the halls?
Oh.
I want a cabin.
How you pronounce that?
I want a cabin in the woods.
I believe so.
Jason Voorhees style, dude.
That's a good answer, Huber.
Jason Voorhees. Just like the coziest cabin. You go in and it's just so cozy. Fireplace, s'mores, hot chocolate, coffee, what have you. Like you just wanna curl up with a blanket and a book, and then smash through the window Jason Voorhees with a machete.
Huber, that's something I love. That's like a trope I never realized, but in all like cabin in the woods horror genre movies, the cabin does start out like super warm. The lighting is very golden or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like 40 minutes in, the lighting is so blue. Like, it's like so cool tones. The fire is out. Like, the power is gone.
So you see people's breath.
Yeah, dude. I love it. Man, I have too many answers for this. Like, I mean, the classic Victorian mansion is just so good. And like, I love the way Resident Evil like blends that with secret passages and then like the inevitable lab underground or whatever. But like So that might be my answer, but yeah, like a good abandoned hospital or school just has like such a vibe. Man.
Schools, oh man, schools can be terrifying in games.
Yeah. Like the Silent Hill with those little weird baby ghosts,
Yep.
like that's good stuff.
Yep, it is sure good stuff.
Baby ghosts.
Ghosts would be the monster probably that I would, because they scare me the most.
I don't
You
know
can't do anything about it.
where exactly it would take place, but I have a collection of elements that I would really like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into pentagrams.
Yeah.
It's like blood pentagrams, like ritual sacrifice. Way into it. Very cool.
Hell
Love
yeah.
that, love that.
Oh my god, why can I not think of this movie, Ben? Keep going.
Baphomet, like just sitting down with his goat head, terrifying. Love it.
Notice me, senpai.
Love it.
Notice me.
Also, I've always been a big fan. So you know the movie The Descent, just like
Oh yeah.
like walking in a sea of blood. I love. There's something
Yeah,
about
dude.
like when the
Like
character gets out of the
brains
sea
and
of
sea
blood.
red.
Yeah.
Like when you just see eyes
Yeah.
above the blood pool,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes, I love that. Very into that.
So yeah, you just exist in a bunch of metal album covers for sure.
That's exactly what I want. Yes, exactly.
Also, like every movie does it, but Aliens does it better than anyone. Harsh red lighting.
I mean, Alien and Aliens in general, like, is a fantastic setting. Yeah.
Perfect vibes. Harsh red lighting, yeah.
Just all red. I used to call that set piece the Red Room.
I feel like
In Aliens.
Panos Cosmontelos or whatever, the guy who did Mandy and Beyond the Black Rainbow, like real good harsh red lighting in those.
I think the Witch has some of my favorite like horror vibes ever. Somewhere
Hell
between
yeah.
like The Witch and Evil Dead 2. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Yeah.
I see that. I could see that.
It's funny because I think
Dario Argento lighting, yes. Yes.
I just finished Resident Evil 7 myself, and like I
Yeah,
do think
you
that has
did.
a lot of
Me too.
a lot of those elements that I think like work because it's a big space. It has secret passages, but it's not like opulent. It's not like a rich person's house. It's just big, and it's got a lot of like creaky floorboards and all that kind of thing.
Well, they must have some money. I was thinking about that while I was playing. I was like, what do these people do? Like before this, like why do they have all this?
Well, what's funny is if you do the prequel one, Daughters, it's like the house is a little bit better, but it's still pretty old and beat up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure they were just like farmers, gator farmers or something. Who knows? Because they have a lot of docks and stuff too.
I love Huber's proud father voice. Like, yeah, you did.
But yeah, so I don't know if they're in Louisiana or not, but something from Florida that I would definitely want to have implemented as an element would be screech owls, because screech owls make some freaking blood curdling sounds, man.
Screech owls, dude. What?
Oh, love that.
I gotta.
Ooh, I do love a good like
Look at how cute it is.
gothic horror.
You don't get to see them, Ben. You just hear them. They're very small, easy to hide.
I want one of these in my house.
Yeah, Huber needs to play the game we played
Or
last
my
night for
apartment.
sure.
This is okay. I'm linking this in chat. This is just adorable. I need to look up a YouTube video of what they sound like though.
Whatever my thing is set in though, like it has to get cosmic horror
Oh yeah.
toward the end. Like some you have to confront something that your mind can't comprehend. So you go insane and join its team because you can't handle it anymore.
And I have to tell you, like anytime I run into like, well, not anytime, but a lot of times, like I run into like Cthulhu or that sort of thing, the cosmic horror stuff, I think of you.
I'm honored.
Yes.
Love that. Daughter of a Bretus.
Horror is good.
Did you have one, Damiani?
I hate horror. I'm not a fan of it. So I don't want to be in it. But I do like the aesthetic of some of the stuff in horror, like Sleepy Hollow, the Tim Burton, like that village in like old upstate New York. Like I love looking at that. I just don't like the scary part of any horror stuff.
But you love Resident Evil.
Yeah, but I
says
don't
the
like it when
man
it's
from a horror
horror. Like
background.
half the time, half the ones I like, majority of the time, it's like action. I don't like the jump scare stuff. That's why that's why I like the replays of Resident Evil, because I know everything. It's like, now this is where it's good to me.
Gotcha. Ian, real quick, have you heard the Metallica song "The Call of Cthulhu"?
Haven't.
It's very good. It's an instrumental, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Our next question comes in from Sage Mode Q. Hello, allies. So recently, me and my girl's favorite TV show to watch while we're eating has been Wife Swap. If you're not familiar with it, it just like it sounds. Two wives from different families switch households for a week and try to instill their family's philosophies onto other families to fix them for better or worse. Just last week, this made me think of a little game concept. It's pretty simple. Same concept as Wife Swap, except it's going to be video game character swap. I'm going to give you 2 video game characters, and we're going to swap them into each other's worlds for 1 week. And it's up to you to decide which video game characters would be better off at the end of the week. Hope that makes sense. Love and respect, as always. So we have Dante DMC. I don't know if it means Ninja Theory Dante or Capcom Dante.
Sounds like Ninja Theory, maybe, but
yeah,
maybe not.
Well, the DMC is all caps, so I'm not sure.
That's DMC officially then.
And then you have Doom Guy from Doom.
I think they'd both do great.
They would do great, yeah. You would have a lot of talking in a Doom game, like a lot of quips. And you would have no quips, like really at all.
Doom Guy would be hilarious in especially that DMC world, because like some boss would like start into an F-word ridden monologue and then he would just like punch down their throat and pull their spine out through their mouth and then they would just die. And then he'd be like, "Shut up." And then it would be over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which would work.
I'd like to see Doom Guy fight Virgil. All right. Next one. Joel from The Last of Us and Deacon St. John from Days Gone.
Yeah, be interesting to see what would happen with the motorcycle and a group of clickers, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna get attracted to that.
I think they would.
Yeah. You don't see too many people driving around in The Last of Us. A lot of horses.
I think it would be funny if Deacon St. John was hanging out with Ellie, and she was just at one point, like maybe halfway through the game, she's like, "Dude, why do you talk to yourself all the time?"
Yeah, I didn't play Days Gone, so I don't know. They just seem like the same dude to me, so who knows?
Princess Peach Mario and Princess Zelda Zelda.
Oh my.
Zelda would get on fine because I feel like
Yeah.
the issues that she'd be dealing with are much less like difficult.
Bowser would just get trapped in some prism somewhere.
Right. She would just
Yeah.
be like, "Who are you?" and like get rid of him. She wouldn't suffer any of that. Hi, chat.
Peach in Zelda is pretty damn jolly.
Yeah.
Just like
I'm not a big
her
fan
with
of
her
Peach.
her with her umbrella, and then Link with like the parachute thing, and they're both just kind of like gliding through Hyrule.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's a good image.
Would Peach get to try out being chic?
Oh
as
my
well?
god, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we're thinking.
And Zelda gets to like tour the world, on her own with her like luggage and stuff.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Or she would have like an entourage of little toads following her.
I want like Age of Calamity Zelda, where she's got her tablet and can like magnetize and freeze things in Mario's world. That'd be fun.
Okay. Yes.
Sheech.
Sheech.
Sephiroth Final Fantasy VII and Kratos God of War.
Oh God.
I think Kratos in FF7 would be in a similar situation to Doom Guy in DMC, where he just like wouldn't put up with that BS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people.
Shinra Tower would be leveled.
That's the thing. I feel like it would be over much quicker than.
Yeah. Don Corneo would be beaten with his own bed.
I do want to see Kratos at the Honeybee Inn do a performance.
Dude,
That would be
yes.
just the best.
Oh, it would be.
Well, but he's Sephiroth though, so they're switching places, right? So like.
Well, they get put into each other's world. I don't think it's
Oh,
like
I thought
he
they were like
is
switching roles.
Sephiroth.
Because then I was picturing Sephiroth doing those like weird sex mini games from the early God of War games.
Yeah, he just says we're gonna swap them into each other's world, and it's up to you to decide what they would do,
Oh, okay.
or
okay.
and like which video game character's world would be better off at the end of that week.
Talking about Sephiroth, straight to the sex games. He's a specimen.
Sephiroth in the God of War world would be interesting because like
Oh my god,
he would try to become a god instead of killing all of them.
Yeah.
so-
Right.
Sephiroth's sex game.
I can't picture I feel like Sephiroth is asexual or only into Cloud.
No, Sephiroth fucks, dude.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know. I think he's like a gray romantic asexual, except for Cloud. Like he wants to marry
He cares
Cloud.
about. Yeah, he cares about Genova cells.
Yeah. Or himself. I think he would definitely get down with himself.
Oh, he loves himself.
Yeah, yeah. He would
Nah.
clone himself. That's what it's all about. He's just trying to make a copy of himself so he could have someone to bang.
This is all wrong. Sephiroth.
He's a
fucks.
pansexual god. I
Yeah,
guess
he
his
is an
shirt is.
Oedipus complex. Yeah.
His
I'd
shirt
like
is pretty
Sephiroth.
unbuttoned.
I'd like to see a conversation between Sephiroth and Wesker. That'd be a fun one. Both
that's
just
not
god
possible.
complexes, dude.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm a god. No, I'm a god.
Love it.
Joker from Batman Arkham series and Albert Wesker Resident Evil.
There you go.
Dude,
Oh my
Batman
gosh.
dealing with Wesker? Batman would take him out. Sorry, Wesker. He's too smart for you. I mean,
Really?
yeah,
You think Batman's smarter than Wesker?
dude, yeah. I mean, Chris Redfield
don't
took
think
Wesker
Wesker's
out,
that
dude.
smart.
Dude, Wesker's
No.
not that smart. He's just
Yeah.
hungry.
Chris took him down. Like,
Don't-
Batman,
I don't think
easily.
Wesker's that smart.
Yeah.
Wesker thinks he's way
Yep.
smarter and more subtle than he is.
Yep.
He's like so not subtle. It's
Yeah, he's a blunt instrument trying to be a spy. I feel like.
But yeah, Joker and Resident Evil.
Joker would
Oh,
inject himself
man.
with all the viruses.
It's funny because again, having just finished 7, I almost feel like Lucas is almost Joker, like with the traps and the
Yeah,
weird sadistic things
sure.
that he does.
Sure,
Like it's just like a
bud.
little bit of an attitude shift, and you have a pretty similar character.
Yeah.
Have some
I
like
like
little
that.
wind up teeth chattering about or something.
Yeah, Huber, imagine having to go through like Raccoon City, and Joker's just like laid all these traps for you, and as you know, just like embracing the chaos. Imagine
I
if it
love
was like an
that.
open world Raccoon City game with like Joker.
Tell me on it. Yeah, dude. Because my favorite aspect of Joker is that he is like Batman's enemy, but he's also will take out anyone that gets in the way. So I just love the idea of like, yeah, Joker in Raccoon City, like he's trying to take you out and like Nemesis is coming to kill you, but he takes out Nemesis, like just this wild card. So good.
Yeah, like there'd be an amazing part where like Nemesis like screws up and does something wrong, so Joker like injects him with the cure or something.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, like sorry, Jazzy Manius mentioned it, but like not leading Umbrella, but like what if the League of Shadows got involved because like they're like, okay, now this has gone too far. Them trying to stop like Joker.
Freaking Batman cross Resident Evil, dude.
Yes,
Let's go.
no, I'm sorry.
Let's
I'm thinking, like,
go.
I know I'm breaking the rules by having more people come over,
Yeah.
but like this is amazing.
Would Wesker hook up with Bane? like turn Bane into like a tyrant or something.
He'd just use him as a tool for
I
sure.
thought you meant like hook up with Bane.
So that's what I thought too.
Yeah, dude.
Initially.
Bloodworth coming alive over
Yeah.
here.
I just want to say in my defense that in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a game for children, one of Sephiroth's costumes is just him shirtless with ripped abs.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's
I'm
thinking the
surprised
same
they
thing.
did Shulk first.
Yep. Yeah. They did do it for Shulk. All right. Our next question comes in from DRD7 of 14. Hey there, allies. Without going into detail, I had a long-term relationship, 4 to 7 years, that ended when I found out my girlfriend at the time was being unfaithful and engaged in a long-term relationship in secret to me. The truth came out at the beginning of last year, and we've come to terms with where we stand in a cordial sense. The relationship had ended. He was quite toxic, and now she is better for it. I even helped her recovery in a platonic nature. Unfortunately, I still do have feelings for her that have never faded, and I'm having difficulty letting go when I care for her so deeply like no other. I don't ever want to be removed from her life, and I know she does feel the same. We've discussed it. We get along and understand each other in ways no one else does, but I don't know if anything can ever come out of this to be the way it was. My question is there any way to keep this friendship alive when our past relationship comes with its own sorts of complications?
Did you say 47 years?
427.
427. It takes both sides.
Yeah.
I think you can do it, but it would take both sides to want to get to that point.
Well, and you have to weigh every angle, right? Like you have to say, will it cause you more distress to try to be this person's friend and not be with them? Would it cause you more distress to cut them from your life? Would it cause you distress to start things back up again? Like if it led to that, you have to just weigh those options and try your best to like take it out. But I mean, like, I do think that for your own health and mental well-being and just to live life, like you should be open to other partners too who you might like more and would be more faithful if monogamy is your bag. But that is to say, like, it's not impossible to be friends with former partners. Like, I'm friends with lots of my exes and stuff, and like, I guess not the one that cheated on me, but it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to weigh how much pain it will cause you or them.
I'm all about forgiveness. That's like one of my most hated things in the world, though, is being unfaithful.
Yeah,
that shit is harsh and brutal, but yeah, if you want to still be friends, it'll take both sides. You'll have to want to forgive, and they'll have to want to be forgiven as well.
Yeah. If you think that you guys can just be friends and that's what you want, then that's totally chill. Like if the idea of them with someone else and doesn't bother you, and you with someone else doesn't bother them, then you can be friends. But you will need to discuss and move past your residual feelings, or just maybe examine your feelings and say, like, okay, well, are these based on, is this just a sexual attraction thing? Like, is this lust, or is there really romantic, like, love here? Or is it just platonic love? Because like you can feel very strong platonic love and don't need it to be anything beyond that, but sometimes it's hard to parse those apart and like separate them. So maybe you just need to think that through for yourself and then discuss it with them. Yeah. But I mean,
good luck.
You may need to just move past it, move on.
Love and respect.
There is more after the question here. I can't turn off the way I feel, though I'm happy for where her path is leading towards. I'm saddened by the thought of me being forgotten from her life. I know it may sound weird and toxic, but she's a really beautiful person. While I do admit that she is likely not healthy for me, she is always the first and last person that I think about when I make any decision. I don't hate her. She's a wonderful person, and I feel no damaging ill will. She's troubled at times for her own anxieties, and I think that's why we are where we are. No matter where we lead, I will always be happy for her and rooting every step of the way from wherever we are. Anyways, allies, thanks for hearing me out. Your channel has been a great source of healing, and for me, I'm starting to get more comfortable talking about this with others.
It seems to me that
Thanks for sharing.
yeah, they something I've heard several times that seems to be more or less true, that when it comes to heartbreak, it takes like half the amount of time you were with them to get over them. So if you were with this person for 4 or 7 years, you know, that's 2 to 4.5, whatever, 3.5 years to get over it. And like you're gonna kind of slow that down if you're still engaging with each other. So I think, yeah, if you acknowledge already that you don't think she's healthy for you, I think listen to that. Like, you can be friends, find a way to be healthy as friends, but listen to that voice. Like, if you know this isn't right, then you know this isn't right, probably.
I mean this with the absolute most respect, but I just don't feel qualified to answer. Just because I don't know you, I don't know her, I don't know your guys' situation. But I genuinely wish that, you know, it works out for both of you. I really do. All right. Our next question comes in from Kingsley. Hey, allies. Last week, I ended my question with what the lovely Ian Hink misunderstood as me saying, go have sex with a literal chicken. What? The term
that sounds like something I would think you said.
The term keep fucking that chicken is a term of encouragement. It means keep up the good work or keep killing it. I was pretty much saying continue to be the best in the biz because you all are and you know it. Now keep up the good work.
I've not heard that one
before. And make sure that chicken remains thoroughly fucked. Have a great day. Fantastic.
All right.
Where are you from?
This bird is baked.
This bird is baked. I guess what's the phrase that we use here for that? Like,
keep fucking that chicken.
Dude,
keep fucking that chicken.
We've been saying keep fucking that chicken for years.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Oh boy.
Keep on keeping on, I guess is what we say. Like, fight the good fight. That's what all the Midwestern like bosses would say to me all the time.
Dude, I came out of the womb and I was like, keep fucking that chicken.
Oh God. Can you imagine if, as a baby, those are your first words? Your parents are just like, "What? Like, why did you know that?"
Yes. Oh.
Yep. Oh, what is that from, Damiani? No, I know that.
Try. Can you get it? I didn't hear what he said.
What?
An asshole.
No, I know it. Fuck. I can't remember it.
Ben Stiller.
Okay. Is it like Meet the Fockers?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
I have not seen that movie in a very, very long time.
Same.
I hate that movie. The whole movie could be solved by telling the truth one time. Just
stresses
talk to
me
each
out.
other.
It's hard to laugh at it because I'm just so stressed the whole time.
It's just too stupid. People don't act like that. Just talk to each other. Keep fuckering that chicken is very funny. That's very funny, Big Turkey.
Okay.
Our next question comes in from Alex AI. Hi, Alex. The recent Ace Attorney trailer, the Great Ace Attorney Collection, left me thinking about one thing. What is the future of handheld gaming? Right now, we do not have any handheld device available other than the Switch or Android/iOS, and some of the previously predominant handheld exclusive titles like Ace Attorney or Monster Hunter Stories are now coming to other non-handheld systems. Is there going to be a new Etrian Odyssey, Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, Tactics Ogre, or other games specifically crafted for handheld gaming? What do you think?
I think we're kind of on pause with handheld gaming in a sense. I think Switch is doing work, but you can just play these big games handheld mode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't see Sony or Microsoft entering that space
right
anytime soon. So I think it's just what Nintendo is doing for the time being. And then of course like the whole mobile world, which
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
not really
it's-
involved in. A lot of us
Mobile
aren't involved in.
sports,
Yeah.
It's
So-
Yeah,
phones
I mean,
now.
Fantasia's been getting a lot of
Yep.
buzz there, and it's
Yeah,
like
I
it's one of
really
the
do
things
play
like, man,
Fantasia.
I don't want Apple Arcade, but that's a game I'm interested in.
Dude, that new
got it on
Oregon
the
Trail
phone.
looked good. I want to play that.
There's a new Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Is it on stupid iPhones?
Yeah, it's
Or
part of
something?
Apple Arcade. It's
Oh,
part of Apple
man.
Arcade. It
Hey,
looks
I only have
good.
an iPhone 8, so all runs bad on it.
Yeah, I don't have Apple stuff.
Yeah, I totally think that. Yeah, it's kind of what we used to think of us as handheld gaming is definitely split up between phones and the Switch, and just kind of in general, like the Switch is just able to handle so much that's pretty, pretty close to the quote unquote big consoles that, yeah, it's bleeding over a lot with just smaller games in general, just 2D games and stuff that's easier to play with a handheld rather than, trying to do 3D while you're, on a bus and the lights bouncing around and the reflections in your face and everything. It's like, all right, I can't play this dark game on a bus. It's not going to work. But I'll, pick up that Picross game that's there and they keep updating, what if I need to, or the, yeah, actually I haven't gotten into the new one, but I got the old Picross game on the Switch Online service, the Super Nintendo one, I think it was. But yeah, just like stuff like that. It just really, it's a matter of like what works for the situation, but the Switch can do that and it can do stuff that's good to play on the TV. And so
And,
it's nice to have it all in one place, I think.
Yeah, and handhelds are like, I think back to when we were kids, when like cell phones didn't exist,
Mhm.
and it's like you're in the car, you're gonna play your Game Gear or whatever, because that's all you can do, right? But like now, I think about kids these days, and it's like, well, they've got phones and iPads and stuff, and like, why would you not? Like, I just think that the need for it has been replaced. So now, yeah, it's like this hybrid thing, and as gaming moves into the, like, we're on the early stages of it now, but as it moves into the cloud and stuff, like eventually you'll be able to play, your full-on AAA stuff with an Xbox controller on your phone, no problem, and it'll actually work, So I think it's just, yeah, we're
Dude,
moving
Fan-
away.
Fantasian looks sick.
Fantasian looks amazing.
Yeah.
I really hope it finds its way to something. I
Remember
have.
magnetic chess and checkers?
Yeah,
Um,
for on the airplane,
the
dude.
pieces
Yeah,
would fly everywhere.
yeah, dude.
It's so funny. What an interesting time to ask this question, because I was a gigantic fan of gaming handhelds. Like, I spent so much time on PSP and Vita and DS and 3DS, and I really loved them, and I got a lot out of them. But now the idea of playing a handheld is, not that I wouldn't do it, but it's far less appealing to me. And I think part of that is colored by the fact that of the pandemic. Like, I just haven't had the need for a
Mhm.
handheld.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going on planes, I'm not traveling around, I'm not in a situation that really calls for it. And so I just would rather play on PC or my television or whatever. And I think the Switch has really changed my opinion as well. It's kind of nice, I think, being able to have a hybrid console and to make the choice and to, start playing on the TV and then carry it with you if you want to. I love that. I think just because of the success of the Switch, I don't think there's any way Nintendo is abandoning this hybrid style anytime soon. Like, I don't think it's going away.
Well, and we have the rise currently of some of these boutique indie kind of retro cash-in handhelds like Playdate, or that one that plays Game Boy games, the name of which I don't recall at this moment. Yeah. And like, I think that those are like, boutique items, like kind of curiosities. I don't see them taking off in a huge way, but like, they're kind of fun. I'm gonna get a Playdate. I like those. Like Teenage Engineering helped design some of that. That's cool.
I wish I enjoyed playing on my phone, and I try all the time.
Yeah, I don't love it,
but
either.
I really don't. Like, I just don't. I like
There's a
having
garbage truck
buttons.
out here.
Right.
I like having
Well,
buttons. I just do.
One of the things that's funny with phones is that like for the longest time, like it wasn't really even an option for me because like I held on to a flip phone for far longer than anybody else. And then when I got my first iPhone, I had no idea what an appropriate amount of storage was. And so I thought I was fine. And then like, oh, look, I can't really download anything because every time I download something, I have to delete something else. And then that lasted for many years. And then, I had another like battery issues for a while. And so like, I don't want to use anything that's going to eat up all my battery. And so it's never been something that's really worked. But I think about it too. And I think even back to the Game Boy, I never got a Game Boy because I wanted to play a game handheld. I got a Game Boy because I wanted to play Zelda. And then as soon as I could get a Super Game Boy, I got a Super Game Boy and I played Zelda on my TV and everything else on my TV. And I think that's kind of true of like, the GBA and the Game Boy player. And like the only time I really got into playing games on a handheld was like when I was in an office job and I could like hop into the stairwell during breaks and play for a bit. And then when the 3DS had Street Pass, otherwise, I would just always prefer to play those games on my TV. Or it would just be, like you said, like a necessity when you're on a flight or something and there's just nothing else you could do.
Switch is really missing out by not having Street Pass. I
Mhm.
still don't understand why it doesn't have that. That thing is like it was liquid gold for the 3DS.
Yeah,
Everyone
Street
was
Pass
doing it,
was
and
so much
I
fun.
I wonder if Nintendo was smart as people are able to start traveling again. They should like E3 announced Street Pass coming to Switch. Bring your Switches with you. All those mini games with it, I just love that. You could rate people's knees.
Yeah, I mean the first couple were all right. I did get kind of over some of the other ideas, just didn't work out as well for me. I always kept going back to the first game.
The puzzles. It was like the puzzle piece.
The puzzle
thing.
things,
That was
yeah.
like the easiest one. Like getting all the puzzles and making those pictures appear, or getting like special Mii's, like the gold ones that like from like
Yeah.
going to events and stuff. That I mean, yeah, I am shocked that has not come back.
Our next question comes in from Michael. Hello, Easy Allies. I checked the PS3 shop, already knowing what games I wanted. Strategy RPGs, Arc the Lad 1, 2, and 3, but they were already removed from Europe, still available in North America. Now I hope these games come to PS5 so that I can buy them. What games have you missed to buy?
Missed to buy?
Like,
like over the years, ones that you were going to buy but are no longer available to buy?
yeah. I was interpreting this like what games on the PS3 shop do you still want, but that might be a better interpretation of the
Right.
question.
Missed.
They walk that back? Aren't they not doing that?
Yeah, they walked
Right,
it
but
back.
some games were pulled anyways.
I was actually looking at the PS3 store last night, and I was surprised that I hadn't bought the digital version of Legend of Dragoon. I believe I have a physical version, but I should buy the digital version.
Scott Pilgrim was a big one, but that's
It's back for now, yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And I feel like I bought it, but you couldn't re-download it. Was that the case, even if you bought it? Because
I
it
don't
was
know
locked.
about that.
It was locked to your current 360 or whatever, or you can't go forward with it.
Okay.
I know that.
I do think like the X-Men arcade game, because I think that's one of the things that's
I got it.
yeah that you just
That
you
one, yeah.
assume
Yep.
when it came out, it was like, oh yeah, cool, this is back, and then it
Good
just
one.
sort of disappeared. Like what?
Really good one.
Put all that work into bringing it back, and then it just went away again.
Totally Bloodworth. What a gem. That game is like gold, dude. It's honestly so good. That and Simpsons arcade game.
I love
The Simpsons arcade game. I
So
really wish. There are
effing good.
so many arcade games I
I
wish they would make
know.
available somehow.
I
just want, like,
Patron!
I just want the Terminator 2 light gun game or whatever.
Yeah,
like
dude.
it can't be that hard to put on like
Dude, Damiani, I
Wii.
had that on
On Wii.
Genesis.
Yeah, like I
with
know
the
what you-
Menacer like add-on gun. Yeah,
Release
dude.
it. Come on. I want that. I want the Star Wars arcade game, the trilogy arcade game, not like the old one, but
Mhm.
like the one with all three with the lightsaber duels. Oh man,
Yes.
please.
You know what arcade game I've had a hankering for? I really want to play Lucky and Wild.
Oh my
I-
god, it's
I-
so good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No, I've played it. It's great.
Yes.
I just want to play it now.
Yes,
Right.
dude. It used to be at my local bowling alley.
Godfather's Pizza, Lucky and Wild Machine.
Oh, man.
Lucky and Wild.
It doesn't count
Riding
as
and
something I
shooting.
missed, but one of the things that I'm still surprised is not on all of the modern systems is Puzzle Fighter.
Oh, sure. That's a good one.
Mhm.
I remember when Don had that arcade stick and like we played Puzzle Fighter and like I love it.
Dude, Yeah.
And then I went to go, download it. I'm like, wait, where is it? It's like, oh, they haven't put this on Switch or on PS4 or on Xbox One. I'm like, okay, it's only and then I did go back to the HD version on like, I think I got the 360 version or whatever because I didn't want to hook up my PS3 at the time.
We,
And it was like, oh, I prefer the way the original looks.
um,
go
I
ahead.
don't know if you've heard of a game called Too Spicy. I had the privilege of playing this game once
No, I don't
before.
know what it is.
It is a PvP light gun arcade game from Sega, where you use the pedal and stuff like Time Crisis and stuff, but like you use dual pedals so you can walk around freely, but like get behind cover and stuff, and like you're fighting your opponent, and it's like a head-to-head cabinet thing. So like your
Whoa.
players on the other side.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, it was really cool. So like I've always wanted to like see something like that. I know that like this goes back to the first question, Blood, about like, okay, this one, like playing it this way matters, but like playing it, even though they put on like console or something like that with like Joy-Cons or something, I would like take that. But like I wish there was a way to, I don't know. I see it there. Sorry, I just looked it up, and it's like you can buy one for $2,000.
Good lord.
Too spicy?
It's from Japan. It has to be like it doesn't include shipping, obviously. But
Dude,
like,
add to cart.
Jeez.
yeah, add to cart right now. $2,000.
This
Yeah,
thing
check
looks
it out if you haven't
crazy.
seen it. Sorry, I know it's not like feasible for that to. It wouldn't be the same to play it on console, but man, this whole talk just made me think about this and like wished we could try it out. It was a
This
good
game
one.
looks sick.
Yeah.
What is it called, Damiani?
Too Spicy. It's either the number 2 or
Number two
TO.
spicy, yeah. It's
Wow.
like two side-by-side games. They're covered in like a yellow police
Dude,
tape looking.
This looks insane.
Yeah, this looks so fun.
It kind of looks like it reminds me
Mad
of Mad
World.
World. Dude,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Super.
it's yeah.
Yep.
All right. Next question is kind of in the same vein, so I don't know how much input we'll have here, but this is from iSanchez1. Hello, allies. Since Sony almost closed down the PS3 and Vita store, were there any PS1 classics that you needed to have that you hadn't bought yet? If so, which games were you going to pull the trigger on? For me, it was Xenogears, Chrono Cross, and Suikoden 2. For Hubert, I was going to get OG, RE2, and RE3. He already has OG, RE1.
Nice.
Own it.
Yeah, Suikoden probably. I think I have the first one, number 2.
Oh, 1 and 2 are so
Mhm.
good.
I have a lot of PS1 and PS2 classics.
Same, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
Bought all those.
sort of
all
put it
that.
on like, like a to-do list almost of like just kind of on the side of, like before that happened, I was going to go check and see if there's anything, I should download. And before I did it, like the reverse course. So I didn't actually pick up anything new at that point. I didn't panic buy yet.
Next question comes in from Ulf himself. The Olympic Committee has chosen Easy Allies to design the next big Summer Olympics themed sports game. What franchise do you cross over with, and what kind of characters and events does the game have?
Mario Kart
Oh,
or karting. It's like
Bloodborne kart.
American Gladiators mixed with Mario Kart, dude. Just pandemonium.
Well, the
Let's
game
go.
would be we're making a video game about the Summer Olympics.
We are?
Right.
Yeah, the Olympic Committee has chosen
Oh.
Easy Allies to design the next big Summer Olympics themed sports game.
Okay.
I thought they meant a game for the Olympics.
What franchise?
No, it's
do
like
you
Mario
cross
and
over
Sonic
with?
at the Olympics,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
right.
yeah.
So it's two. What two things are we crossing over?
Metal Gear and
Oh God, Metal
something.
Gear would be so funny.
Metal Gear and something.
Metal Gear and Final Fantasy at the Summer Olympic Games.
Yes. Yes. Cloud versus Snake, dude, just flexing.
Yeah, like come on, that'd be so good.
I'm picturing the little cinematic before the race starts, and they're both like Cloud and Snake are next to each other in like sweats, with like headbands and stuff, and they both
Yep.
just like look at each other, and then they're like, "All right, let's run,"
Yeah.
So funny.
Man,
Love it.
Splatoon.
that's too good.
Love it.
Now I'm picturing Cloud and Snake playing Splatoon
Yeah.
in real life.
Dude, and because it's like a silly crossover game, you could get like all the versions of Snake, like old man Snake at the Olympics, dude.
Yes.
They each compete in different events. Like he's the like javelin toss guy and like
Yeah.
whatever.
If you could, this next question comes in from Stomps. If you could adopt a video game character and raise them as your own, who would you adopt and why? Do you think they would eventually call you Dad?
Dude, what the hell?
And they start as a baby, I imagine, or are we adopting them as a full adult?
I would adopt Isabel immediately.
She would call you Dad immediately.
I want to make a joke, but I probably shouldn't.
You can adopt Sephiroth, and he'll call you Daddy.
I'll call him Daddy.
Yeah, they'll call each other Daddy.
The daddies.
The daddies. Oh man.
This is tough. I'm like
Yeah, this
thinking
is
too hard about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Like a perfect answer is there. I just can't find it.
Would you adopt Sora, Huber?
Oh.
That's it, dude.
I
Huber
want
would
Sora to adopt
Sora.
me.
Sora can't handle parenthood.
Oh my gosh.
Teach me, Sora.
Dude, Sora can absolutely not handle parenthood.
Perpetual child. I'm feeling like maybe Parappa the Rapper could be a good
Oh,
kid
that's
to have.
that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
God,
a nice
Sora-
kid,
Sora is the fucking best. I love Sora. Oh my god.
I don't know if I could handle having Sora as a kid. Like he would keep walking into the kitchen and then say something like really earnest but complicated and stupid, and I would just be like, Sora, jeez, just go fucking drink your juice box. Need the nutrients.
Put on your big yellow shoes and shut up.
Shut up. Just put your shoes on. It takes 15 minutes. We're late to the pediatrician. Sora.
Oh, hello.
Maybe Sackboy.
Oh, that's a good answer.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
Sackboy, I feel like would bump into stuff a lot.
Sackboy.
Like knock
Sure, but
things
he's
over.
helpful.
True.
And he's soft, so if he bumps into something, it's not gonna
Good point.
dent it
Good
or
point.
anything.
Sora, honey, mom needs a minute alone, please. That's
Oh,
really
that's
funny,
so
Sora.
good.
That's what it would be like, though. You'd get like, he'd be very ginger and nice, but you would just be like, oh god, it's like all the time with this kid.
I'm gonna
But
say
go find Roxas and play.
real answer. I'm gonna say Clank.
Oh, Clank is a great
Oh,
answer.
yeah.
Mhm.
Clank.
Very good answer.
Love his humor. Love Clank's like old man jokes and dad jokes.
I think it would be fun to live with Blanca from Street Fighter.
I don't know
You
what
could
that
charge
guy
your
is like
phone.
when he's not fighting.
He's
You
really
just hand him
jolly,
your
dude.
phone and he would charge
He's
it.
legit really jolly. Like canon jolly and chill.
Be great in a power outage.
Yeah.
That Japanese dude in chat just coming out hot with Goofy and Donald Duck are imaginary. Full stop.
Sure.
It's just like, brutal,
You
dude.
ruined
Wow.
Harsh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Never knew.
You just gotta believe, dude. Like Sora.
Just gotta believe.
You just
Just
gotta
gotta
believe.
believe. Parappa the Rapper.
Our next question comes in from Corey Jackson. Greetings, allies. With E3 Online about a month away, I think it would be a cool idea to go back to 2020 and design an E3 booth for the year with no E3. Since we know what came out
Devolver did that.
and what
Devolver did do that.
and didn't go wild with E3 booths, no budget cap, anything goes.
So wait,
Things
we
that-
get to make a
we get to make
E3 booth?
E3 booths for games that came out in 2020 because there was no E3.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna need to bring up a little list here.
I mean, Valve does not go to E3, but can you imagine like a sick Half-Life booth?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that'd be so
Half-Life Alyx,
awesome.
Oh
That
man,
game
dude,
came out
we got
before E3. Like it was announced and came out so fast.
Dude,
you know what we
Ghost
really
of
got?
Tsushima
That
booth.
would be
Yeah.
good.
Mm.
We got robbed by not having an Animal Crossing.
Yes.
E3
Oh my
because-
god,
Yeah.
it would have been
You
know
so
that they would've-
good.
They would have made the entire
Those-
island in
yeah.
their little booth. It would have been its own
Oh,
world.
you're
It would've been
destroying my
insane.
Wait,
soul.
yeah, that was
That
that
would have been
Only
last year, though.
Bloodworth would have been able to go into
Yeah.
No,
it,
I
like
no,
every year.
nope. I would
Bloodworth is the only one with access.
I would sneak in. No.
No, we
I
got
refuse.
Damiani into the Nintendo appointments.
All right, only Blood and Damiani
Nope.
then will have
Yeah.
access.
No,
Sorry.
You sneak in and then Tom Nook shows up.
We gotta
and it's, like,
change things up
very
around here.
stern,
Hey,
Gets
yeah.
you out of there.
There used to be a third person who goes there. It's not here anymore, so there's a slot open now.
Right.
I'm taking that slot. That's mine.
Tryouts.
But that's what's funny though,
Tryouts.
because
I got into Nintendo shit all the time. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
what's also funny about it is that the appointments for Nintendo, like it's very corporate. It's like I mean, it's cool for us, but
Yeah.
you know, you just go upstairs and there's just like, you know, carpeted hallways with switches lined up, and there's not really anything,
Nice.
and like a little rooms for interviews. But you know, like I didn't see like that whole Luigi's Mansion thing they did that year.
I saw it.
Oh yeah.
Taking
Because-
your spot, blood.
It was
Oh,
not
Luigi's
part of
Mansion
the.
was- That was dope. I just
Yeah.
realized that I got into all those appointments because I was filming them.
Right.
I was like, I got into all of these. What are you talking about? It's like, "Yeah, right." I was the
Aggressive
camera.
expansion, Damiani.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Luigi's
I mean,
booth would be
Animal
good.
Crossing would have been 2019, but I don't remember what
They weren't there that year, I think. Were they?
No, they were totally there.
There,
Um,
this is a game they didn't have playable, so there was no booth space.
Right.
Doom
They just-
Eternal, I want to just walk into the booth and like you're just stepping on guts.
Yes.
Blood and guts.
Yes.
Just like intestines just like strewn about
Absolutely.
everywhere.
As you're
Wait.
playing Doom Eternal, they're throwing like blood in your face.
Yeah.
Like just
like
buckets
you're,
of it.
Ben, you're walking through the aftermath of like Doom Guy. He was just there and you're walking through.
If you beat the demo on Nightmare, they give you a real shotgun.
Dude, wait, we got robbed out of a fucking Resident Evil Village booth experience, like haunted house,
Oh, yeah.
castle.
Dude,
They
you-
would have had someone in stilts dressed as Lady
Mhm.
Dimitrescu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They would have had that.
The thirsty photos we would have gotten.
Huber,
Oh.
you remember when we did the Resident Evil 2 remake demo?
yes.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
it
God,
was
yes.
Raccoon City. It was awesome.
Oh.
The police department, like haunted house,
Yeah.
right? So good.
Cyberpunk
Wow.
probably would have been the exact same thing as it
Dude.
usually was, right? Just kind of that weird back.
They would just do some stupid
Yeah.
bar and like,
Yeah,
We-
I don't know what they would have done, because yeah, the one they had was cool, but it was very much just like the press only area.
Mhm.
Think of the Monster
I don't know
Hunter
what they had
Rise
on the
booth.
floor that year.
Oh, Monster Hunter Rise
Think of
booth!
the Monster Hunter Rise
Yeah.
booth.
They would have had a gigantic Magnum Hollow.
Yeah, gigantic.
Dude, they would have given you Dongo.
They would have given you Dongo, I bet.
They would not have.
Yes, they would have.
Well, they'd be a toy. It'd be like a little stuffed.
Oh,
No,
sure.
No,
That would
Last
be
of
real
Us-
Dongo.
You could
Last
pay
of
to get
Us?
real Dongo.
Oh, Last of Us was out actually after, but they still would have, or before, right before.
They
it came
did
out?
the thing on. They had the thing
Yeah.
already. They did their thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, and no Sony, right? At E3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have a 2019 booth either. So
Real Palicos.
Real though. They genetically engineered them and then
Dude,
murdered them all
we
after
would have.
E3.
I bet you anything there would have been Fast and Furious presence, and it would have been
Oh
ridiculous.
God.
And
Would have
Avengers.
played the demo from the cab, like the seat of a car.
Nintendo's booth would have been like a Mario 35th
Mario
anniversary.
Golf.
It would have been Mario
Yeah.
35th anniversary thing. You'd be like,
Yeah, you're right. Probably.
it would have been like Super Nintendo World Mini.
Mario
would've done it.
Golf booth would
Yeah.
be good.
Would
Good
Tony
to-
Hawk have been back again? Would he have been skating again at
Yes.
E3?
For that,
Yeah.
this, yeah, I think so. It would have been.
That would have been
Yeah,
awesome.
that was a hype release. I think he would have hyped it up for sure.
Man, you remember E3 and like how sometimes it was fun?
Yeah,
Damn it.
yeah. Our
It's
next,
so weird because like we didn't even get like the PlayStation 5 event until so long after. So it's just like that would have been the PS5 E3 if or if Sony went.
Yeah.
they better bring the fire this year.
Mhm.
Like everything's a nuclear bomb. Like,
Yep.
boom. Blow
Launch
it up.
him. Launch him.
I wonder if there'll be a PAX this fall or not.
All right, our next question comes in from James Davey. Hey, allies. For once, I'd love to see a video game set in a British secondary school. All these pieces of fiction that include American high schools is overdone. I want uniformed conformity, damn it. Also, eggs wouldn't be S tier if you get those nasty sulfur burps. What?
Eggs
And-
are gross. I agree.
No.
Of eggs. So many ways to
Eggs are
prepare 'em.
gross is a bad opinion. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree.
They make my throat itchy.
I hated
Anyway,
eggs this morning.
On to the question. I've long had issues with extremely mainstream stuff, particularly concerning music. I tend to appreciate all kinds of music, but whether it's the overwhelmingly popular stuff that we cannot seem to get away from, to the way really good tunes seem to be buried beneath the surface, I find it rather sad that some of us have to really dig to find great music. I found the best music by paying attention to WWE pay-per-views and their main themes from bands such as Stained, Mudvayne, Saliva, Seether, and Seether. Same with films. It's always the award nominees and winners that get mainstream attention. My question, do you think there's too much emphasis on what is mainstream and popular thanks to the media's constant searing of our interest? And do you feel that mainstream entertainment tends to be more vacuous and filtered compared to entertainment that doesn't receive overwhelming attention?
I'm not sure I understand the question, but what I do know is that there's so much mainstream and not mainstream content. So I don't even look at it like popular or not popular, because it's just like there's so much stuff now that it's just like even the small things that don't get attention like do get attention.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
I'm with you, Huber. I'm not sure I agree with the premise of this question because it's like, for me, it's just like with the internet, it's so customizable
To
and what
you.
you consume and what you watch and what you subscribe to. That it's
Yeah.
like I just watch what I want to watch and I don't watch
Yep.
what I don't want to watch. Like,
Exactly.
It feels like easier than ever to do that. I feel like you really don't need to be dependent on mainstream media.
Yeah. The mainstream will just like shove it down your throat, like Village style, obviously. The Capcom resources, it's just like showcase, demo, showcase, ads, this. But really to me, that's the only difference kind of now is just a few more ads versus like an article on a website.
Mhm.
For the smaller stuff, like, hey, check this game out or something.
Also,
Well,
like if you, I feel like if you, this is kind of a privileged thought process, I guess. But if you're able to live a life where you see as few ads as possible, like subscribe to stuff so you don't see ads, like it
Yeah.
changes your experience of media a lot. Because like I hadn't seen commercials in a while, and then I saw them, and I was like, oh wow, these things are really stupid and really loud, and like they talk down to you. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I hate ads. I try to get rid of ads on everything that I use regularly as much as I can. But that's expensive to do. So it is
Yeah.
definitely not an easy thing
I've
to.
intentionally not looked into how much all my weird subscriptions are costing because I'm sure it would be a lot.
It's like at the point where there's so much stuff available that
So
I
much
want to
stuff.
consume.
Too much.
Like so much anime, so much TV shows, so many games that like I don't even have time to like pay attention to things outside of what I want to consume. Like the
Yeah,
backlog is so deep.
like no spoilers, we're not talking about it, but the fact that like just on any given night, it seems like every night we're just getting like some Falcon and the Winter Soldier $20 million, here you go for an hour gnarly episode of TV, and it's like there's just too much. It's like every day there's something. There's a huge game coming out. There's a movie coming out. There's a show coming out.
There's
like,
an update to a game that you're already playing.
Yeah, it's just it's just nonstop.
Well, and
it's
like,
nonstop. It's
what
nonstop.
What I kind of love about this question, which is kind of wild because it fights its own premise in a sense, but also reinforces it, because like this question was a real roller coaster, because they were talking about how hard it is to find like good media and how everything is populist trash. And so like I'm thinking like, okay, this is a person like me who's like hipster nightmare, but then they say they get their music from wrestling and it's like stained and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, this person is polar opposite from my tastes, but having a similar experience and just getting them from a different place. And like that's the real answer to this question, is like it's so subjective. Like the only downside to like the populist trash thing is like when big companies play it safe to hit the lowest common denominator by dumbing everything down, and then you just don't get nice things. Like that's how you end up with various like kind of watered down like stupid franchises that just kind of go and go and go and aren't like they're not substantive. But like you can find smart stuff or stuff to your tastes out there. Like we're kind of decentralized now. We're almost past that, at least in like, I don't know, I don't want to say like urban centers, that sounds hella elitist, but like if you have access to curated internet sources and stuff, you can find your own stuff kind of easily.
And I feel like mainstream stuff, the popular stuff, is usually like good. It's good nowadays. Like it's not just some Hollywood blockbuster. Like the MCU is amazing. Like big budget video games are freaking awesome most of the time. Like so I think like I just had a friend growing up where if something was popular, he just wouldn't like it out of spite. And it's like, don't like what you like. Don't like what you don't like. Live your life. Live your freaking life and enjoy.
I can't believe you're calling out Brad like that. He's not even here.
Not Brad. Not Brad at all.
But yeah, I mean, to me, what's actually kind of funny is what Ian's kind of alluding to is, like, in a way, we're losing a mainstream in a sense. Like, obviously, they're gigantic blockbuster things in every category, but the chance of everybody being on the same page and seeing everything and like, did you watch that show last night? It's really very dependent on your circle of friends, where you watch something because somebody else told you to watch something, rather than, well, that's the only thing interesting on TV at 8 p.m. So we're all watching it. And so all of these different rabbit holes that people go down, I keep, I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Roblox lately that haven't been talking about Roblox, and like
apparently Roblox is huge.
It is huge. It is gigantic, and it's gotten a lot of news because I think they just went public and stuff. And that's definitely something that like it's sort of fascinating. It's like that's sort of what Dreams is wanted to do, and yet I think it's probably a lot bigger than Dreams is.
Well, and what's funny is you see kind of the evolution of tactics in the popular media, like
Final Fantasy Tactics.
Mainstream Yep, Final Fantasy Tactics on Switch win. But you see an evolution of this with like
this year.
I mean, MCU is a great example. And I mean, like, I think about the topic of like queer baiting as an example of this, where it's like you put in something in the trailer that people who understand how to read the code for that will get excited and go see your movie, but people who are offended by that sort of thing don't notice it, so they go see the movie too, and then it's short, and then when you see the movie it's so short you can cut it out for the Chinese audiences, so you can still sell there. And like corporations are learning, and like they've been doing it forever. Like regional ads, like will target different places of the country differently, you know. But yeah, they're getting
Some next
smarter where
level.
they can
That's next level,
put shit
Ian.
in everything for everyone. You know, it can be
Yeah.
something for all people. It's kind of wild.
Next question comes in from RF Switch. What are your favorite music genres? Also, Ben and Jones' favorite memories involving pets.
Don't judge me. Pop punk, baby. I'm a child of the 90s.
I can get down with some pop punk.
Yep.
Not judging at all.
Don't
What's
at
my
me.
least favorite kind
Starting
of
line,
music?
Midtown. Starting line, Midtown. Yellow card. Let's go.
I have not thought about the starting line for like 20 years. Oh shit.
I think mostly I don't like that kind of music because I was like thoroughly clinically depressed for like my whole teens, and that was really popular. So like if somebody puts on Lit or like Sum 41, like
Yeah.
it makes me want to like just like disappear from reality. Like I cannot handle it.
Yeah, I've said this many times, but I adore metal. Pretty much all forms of it, but like my favorites, the ones that I listen to the most, thrash, like specifically 80s thrash is the peak. I really like black metal a lot, death metal. But yeah.
Yeah, don't put me in a box. I love all genres, truly. Yeah. Pop punk's just my favorite and super like nostalgic, and I still listen to it this day. It's what I really grew up on.
Don't prefer country. I know I've said that before. I know I got like told that was not true, but that was funny. I know I'm late to the party, but I went down the rabbit hole for the weekend. Like I know they're super
hell yeah,
but
dude.
like I love like everything, like anything they put out. I just like and like love it. It's great.
So good,
so good. Everything, even like the one that just came out in January.
Have you heard the Weekend and Daft Punk stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh my god, I was just
So
like,
good.
okay, this is amazing. I don't know why I was like I slept on it so late. Like, but for weird
dude, the
stuff,
Weekend in that movie with Adam Sandler, Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
The Weekend in it is so fucking good, dude. So funny.
Damiani, you might like Anderson .Paak or Paak, P-A-A-K.
No.
I've been snacking on him a lot lately. Come Down is a really good song.
Yeah. My algorithm is starting to suggest songs or artists in that vein as well. So, for really like random shit, because like all the these genres comes up. I probably still like it, but I used to love finding random obscure video game music sampled for rap music. Especially creators at the time who were doing it, like very like smaller game enthusiast creators like Mega Ran, all their stuff, like loved it. I remember we'd go in the car to lunch at GT, and I'd be playing like the Black Materia album and making them listen to it, and I could feel like there was like these peering eyes of cringe, but I'm like, no, this is amazing. I love this stuff. This is so good. But then like her coworker who was just in spirit got it and kept sending me more. I was like, yay, thank you.
Nice.
These are all cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely, the thing that my head instantly goes to would be like Ben was saying, like hard rock and metal.
Blood, I didn't know you were into metal.
Like not super,
Look
I
at his
guess, but yeah,
hair.
like definitely stuff that resonates with me a lot. But
We should talk, Blood.
but it's the thing. Like I'm always in like weird veins of. I bounce around so like strangely. Like going back to that mainstream question, it's like a lot of the stuff that's mainstream, I don't have any idea what's going on. But I listen to like a lot of I guess it's kind of like sloppily thrown together is world music, I guess. I like stuff from Mali, and I listened to a lot of KCRW, and it was I had actually this weekend I had the most surreal experience because I was driving home and there was like a gospel version of Creep being sung by a lawyer while I was driving through a part of the valley called Sherwood Forest. I'm like, what is happening right now?
That sounds like a day in the life, baby. Yeah, for me, I'm real eclectic. I don't like bubblegum punk. That's the one I really kind of don't get into ever. But I mean, like, I listen to a lot of classical and synth stuff, neoclassical, just all over the place. Weird experimental noise music. Some pop stuff, like Dua Lipa has been fun lately. Yeah, I don't know. I get into lots of different weird, all over the place stuff. Jazz, yeah.
There was a second question. Ben and Jones' favorite memories involving pets. Dude, every day. I don't know if this is like favorite memory, but one that springs to mind is like waking up on the weekend and East, this big marshmallow golden Oreo of a cat is just like in between me and my wife, just like hanging with us and purring. It's just great. It's just blissful. It's just very good.
I love that. This is what's on my record player right now. Agnes Obel is fantastic. Yeah.
The Nier soundtrack is perfect. It's
Yeah.
It's
video game soundtracks. Another one.
Sorry, Damiani. Go ahead.
Sorry, random thing. Final Fantasy 13 versus Numb just appeared on my YouTube playlist for suggestions from 11 years ago. Another like Linkin Park anime. Yeah, here we go. I was like,
oh god,
never can't escape it,
dude. Linkin
Park and anime, you'll never get away from it.
I feel like there was just a period of time where so much of the internet was just slapping Linkin Park onto everything.
What are those called? The like home cut anime?
Dude,
yeah.
Linkin Park Counter-Strike kill montages. Let's go.
I would love to just upload a video like that on the Easy Allies channel and never explain it.
Yeah.
And you know what you need to do?
Slow-mo.
Anime conventions have AMV contests. We should totally make one.
We should. That would be so much fun, dude. It'd be so much fun.
Did you guys watch that Tenacious D Neon Genesis thing I put?
Yes,
no, I
didn't. Watched it.
Oh my god,
it's
so good.
All right, we're gonna have to speed this up a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose we're running close to group stream here.
Hello again, allies. It's time again for the EZA Dating Game, where the allies choose a character from a franchise that they will collectively date. Last month, we heard you debate over characters from Metal Gear Solid. Let's hope Ben is fine with the fact that the crew, while on the fence with possibly choosing Mei Ling, ultimately decided on Vamp. Mei Ling would be too busy to spend time with them. Didn't choose Meryl, huh? All right. This month, we're looking at characters from the Legend of Zelda franchise. As a general reminder, the characters chosen are how you imagine them to be as grown adults in your headcanon. With this specific franchise, there will be many crossover characters that have differences as well. For example, Zelda in Twilight Princess is not the same character she is in Skyward Sword, so be sure to take that into account. Oh, we will. Maybe you'll go for one of the Goron Bros, like Daruk, who keep you safe in his big warm arms. Okay, you're making a strong case. Maybe there's an appeal to a character like Malin, who would share a farm life with you, also very good. Or Marin from Link's Awakening, who dreams of nothing more than being by your side. Well, there's a problem with Marin, but I don't want to spoil it.
I like highly anticipated just coming out of the gate with an all caps beetle.
I mean, highly anticipated is not wrong.
I mean,
Mifa is pretty
correct
good.
answer is Tingle.
Yeah, Tingle was the first thing that came to my mind, Damiani. Let's date Tingle, man.
Urbosa.
Okay.
What is
knows
the
how to
female?
fuck.
What's the girl with the pink Tingle costume? That insane
Tingle?
character.
There's
Pinkle.
Pinkle, sorry.
Yeah.
Well,
But no,
James Cameron just made
my
me feel
serious,
so
my
good.
first reaction is just Sheik, which I know it's Zelda, but Sheik specifically.
See, my favorite Zelda is Tetra. That's the one I also really like Breath of the Wild Zelda as well.
Koss would be good.
Koss, yeah.
I like Mifa quite a bit as well.
Mifa, yeah. Urbosa, I can't get past Urbosa. She's so confident.
Urbosa's
take you
pretty
places.
fucking awesome.
Oh, Midna.
Midna,
Yeah,
she's
Midna.
she's kind of sad though.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm into that.
Well, Linkle.
Linkle's great. Linkle is great. I'm into Linkle. Yeah.
Link doesn't speak though.
Have we seen
Oh,
a
Impa's a good
female
answer.
Goron? What's the status on that?
No.
Gorons are Gorons.
Where did Huber
Midna's
go?
pretty good.
And why is his camera just
He
pointed at
pieced out and his
ceiling?
camera fell over. I don't know.
He couldn't handle the
Couldn't
question.
handle this.
It's true. Impa's
I'm
pretty good. Yeah.
I'm thinking Urbosa for me. That'd be my vote.
We have to collectively vote.
No, I know.
I'm leaning Midna, but
Midna would be all right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also down with Urbosa. She's pretty great.
I think that Urbosa would be a more well-rounded relationship. The sex would be great, but also like she's a capable human being. Like she could like just
You don't
exist
think
in the
Midna's
world.
capable?
Midna would be like having like emotional like falling apart all the time.
No. Midna's
Midna's
awesome
the
and
goat.
fun.
Midna's the goat.
Midna's
#1 of all
great.
time.
She's like
goat.
I don't know if I agree with your perception of Midna.
My only thing that holds me back from Midna, but I think it's a
Incapable
good
human
choice. Is she can have a bit of biting commentary. She can kind of
Yeah.
throw you under the rug a little.
I love
Who,
that.
Midna?
I love
yeah,
that.
Midna, yeah, she doesn't hold back.
You know.
But like
Okay, hey,
No,
I'm gonna say this.
Oh,
No one suggested Girahim.
I'm gonna say this. Midna was Demontress before it was cool.
Oh, I like it. Midna's the best.
Mhm.
Midna is the reason Twilight Princess is the best Zelda
Ian,
game.
have
Don't
you
at me.
seen adult Midna?
I just googled it. I forgot
Twilight
about that.
Midna.
She's hot.
Yeah, dude.
I
Come
forgot
I
about
think-
this part.
Twilight form.
We
I
need to
forgot
do
about this part.
We need to do a Midna run for Ian in Twilight Princess.
I remember. I know. I remember now. Damn.
Yeah, dude. Midna.
All right, I'm definitely fine with Midna.
All right, okay.
Most-
Okay, I think we got it. I
All
think it's Midna.
Adult Midna. Human form
Medley
adult
would be
Midna.
Medley would be weird.
Of Gary.
That's no.
Man, I
Gary
forgot
Him
about
is,
this part.
is the reason Skyward
I said
Sword is-
Girahim. Do you see that tongue?
Yeah.
Come on.
Shades of
Yeah,
Orochimaru.
no, yeah,
I
that's what I'm
love-
talking about.
I legit am enjoying these thirsty Midna comments in chat right now. Thank you very much, Easy Allies community. Okay. Well, so much for moving quicker.
That was a very serious question.
It was a very serious question. It was fun, though. Those are fun questions. All right, next question comes in from Ebo Show. Hey, allies, in order from best to worst, rate these Brendan Fraser movies. I'm going to have no input on this.
Oh man.
Oh, I wish Brad was here.
Dudley
I know
Do
some of
Right,
these.
Bedazzled, Monkey Bone, Airheads, Encino Man, Mummy Returns.
Wait, Monkey
Mummy
Bone is at
Returns
the-
has got to be the #1, right?
Wait, which one?
Monkey Bone is
I-
bare bottom. Can you
Well-
put them in chat, Ben, so we can see?
Yeah.
them?
Yeah,
I
Mummy
really like
Returns is the
Airheads.
second one though. I was gonna say Airheads is like
It's
up there.
Great.
Airheads is decent.
It hit
Monkey
I
Bone
haven't
is
seen most
horrible.
of them.
I put
Monkey
it in
Bone's
random.
pretty bad.
I also
Um,
don't like The Mummy Returns.
Yeah, the second one's not that good.
Mummy is much
Mhm.
better than the Mummy
Yeah, if the
Returns.
original
Mm.
Mummies is best. I like Encino Man. It's stupid, but
Same.
I'm
I
sorry.
haven't
That's all they're
seen that since
solid.
it came out.
I propose.
I have to
propose
interrupt
the
very
following.
quickly to read this comment from chat because it is brilliant. Moto Cycleber? I don't know how to pronounce that. But he says, cuckoo! Well, keep fucking that chicken.
also Encino Man, Brendan Fraser's character is named Link.
Yeah. Here's what I propose.
That's
Bottom from worst to best.
Yep.
I would say Monkey Bone, Dudley
Mhm.
Do Right, Bedazzled, Airheads, Mummy Returns, and
No way. No way. Swap Mummy Returns with Bedazzled.
You want
Put it
Bedazzled
bel-
up?
Put it below. But Mummy Returns is not a good movie. It's boring.
All right,
It's
so
not
Monkey
even
Bone-
fun. It's not even fun. It's just a straight up boring movie. You'd rather be doing anything else.
All right, so Monkey Bone, Dudley Do Right.
Wow.
Mummy Returns.
The worst kind of boring, like a 5 out of 10, where you're like,
All right,
maybe
all
it'll
right.
get good, but it never does.
Monkey Bone, Dudley Do Right. Mummy Returns. Bedazzled, Airheads, Encino Man.
Love it. I love that. If
All
y'all
right.
agree, I love that.
Putting Encino Man at the top over Airheads.
Cool.
Encino
I'm
Man,
cool with
I
that
think-
too.
I
I'm
have
cool with
no
that
idea
too.
what Airheads is.
Encino Man has like lasting charm.
Okay.
I think Airheads is
It's
also
like the
quaint.
faux heist movie. They like
No,
heist
Encino best.
the in Airheads. They're holding up a radio station. Is
Yes.
it?
They just
Yeah.
wanted their
Yep.
tape to be
Yep.
played.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Airheads is a
Okay.
fun movie, but
Yeah.
Encino is better.
Yeah.
So we're again
Ooh.
worst to best. Monkey Bone, Dudley Do Right, Mummy Returns, Bedazzled, Airheads, Encino Man.
Perfect.
Sure.
I think that's canon.
I
That's
think
perfect.
That's it. And then Mummy 1 is like above
Can't
all
go
of
wrong.
it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Holly
of
Shore
course.
and Sean Astin.
Got it.
Yeah.
Our next question comes
It
in
was
George
fun.
the Jungle is also great.
from Varun Kechwaha. Hi, allies. I feel like as games become bigger and bigger, they start encapsulating more gameplay features. And this cross-pollination of... I love... Good use of that. Cross-pollination of ideas makes the line between genres vaguer.
Mhm.
Take RPG, for example. I think it's hard to draw the line of where an RPG begins and ends. What are your takes on genres? Do you think they become less useful as time goes on? What about awards specific to a genre? I hate them.
We have whole fights on this.
Yeah.
Yes.
As games have become more advanced, the line of genres has been blurred, you know?
Mhm.
Games are just, they have more to them now. There's just more elements of all the genres kind of just.
Well, yeah, the
Making
industry
its own
basically learned that RPGs are crack and put RPG stuff in
Yeah.
everything.
Like everything's an RPG now.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite things about every Easy Allies game of the year is arguing about genre, because like
Yeah.
ultimately I just don't care. Like I just want the good games to be recognized. I don't care what slot it's put in.
I do like though when like it happened at the Oscars for like Promising Young Woman, when like you have these other categories so more things can win in a way. So like that's when I do like genres where it's like, oh, this game is not going to win anywhere else, but it'll win here.
Yeah, oh, they definitely have
That
use,
I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
but
Yeah.
they can also
I
be a
like that.
headache. Yeah.
Well, that's that's the difficult part, right? Because it's like we try to avoid doing genres, but then everyone looks around and like, well, we got to have a best RPG category.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the one that I think is insane is the action adventure and then
Yeah.
action game or whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
Or like
it gets all over
shooter.
the place.
I'm just
Yeah.
like the same word is in both titles. Like what the hell's wrong
Yeah.
with you? Like ugh.
I go back to the similar thing with adventure game, essentially meaning in completely different genres for like 20 to 30 years of the
Yeah.
industry, and then at some
Mhm.
point when the internet came around, everyone's like, all right, we're gonna stop calling third person exploration games adventure games. We're gonna only apply adventure games to point and click games. I'm like, okay,
Yo, what genre?
we'll call these action adventure now. I'm like, okay.
What genre is Returnal?
It's like
Right.
Bullet hell action
rogue-
adventure.
Yeah, bullet hell action
Roguelite?
adventure roguelite. Honestly, yeah.
Well, that's about 3 of them.
Yeah.
No, that's
Well,
one genre.
And then half of the action adventure games they've just like thrown the Metroidvania label on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We used to just call those adventure games. That's what I said. Zelda and Metroid were both adventure games.
Next question comes in from Not Jack. How often, if ever, do you all run into moments where you feel pressure to not bite the hand that feeds you? Is there ever consternation from maintaining good relationships with patrons, game devs / publishers, advertisers, and other parties? Patreon seems like a perfect platform for unrestrained creators, but I'm curious if there are any downsides for EZA specifically.
I think we generally lucked out because we're all kind of nice.
Sure.
So this doesn't end up being a huge problem for us very often.
Yeah.
Like we don't have any like real acerbic kind of personalities.
Video games are a luxury and a hobby. Like,
Well, I think
don't
The other
get
thing being that,
crazy.
Yeah.
none of us have ever been in the role of an investigative journalists, right? Like
Right.
Yeah.
commentary and criticism.
Just in college.
And so we're not going to be the ones that are going to like talk to a company's employees behind their back and like get the emails and the scoops and those, leak things. And like, that's really the stuff where like things get weird between like editorial outlets and publishers. And so most publishers really, most of the time, do not care how bad you slam their game. If they think that you're being honest and that you're being fair, then they're just going to say thank you for the feedback and pass it on to the team or whatever. And sometimes they'll still ask you for a quote if they find some good thing that you said about the game.
Team Kitty, I like that. We're never critical of people, just games. Yeah. I feel like usually that is the case.
Yeah. I mean, we try, certainly. I mean, if someone is doing something horrible, like we might comment on it, but
right.
And
that's
the fine
still
line...
that's their actions, not the like you always have to critique a person's works and deeds and not the person. Like, even if someone's beliefs and actions are totally anathema to everything you stand for, like, you can go after what they do and say, but you can't, like, impugn their worth as a person.
I do want to use
But I think that... Sure, let you go.
I do want to use this opportunity of this question to state a personal annoyance that I do not understand and think is extremely eye-rolling. I do, and Blood, we've talked about this. I do feel like there is sometimes this idea on the internet where it conflates negativity or rudeness with criticism or like good criticism or intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just straight up not true. Like, just because we aren't like doing long-winded angry rants, doesn't mean like... if I think your game is great, I'm going to try to tell you to the best of my ability why your game is great politely. If I think it sucks, I'm going to try to tell you to the best of my ability, why your game sucks politely. Is that absolutely true in all instances? No, but that's the intent.
Criticism is not hate.
Right.
Fine line.
Honestly, I think there's way too much rants, really.
And just like vitriol. Like it's unnecessary. Like, if someone does something that's horrible, like, remove them from your life. Like, just stop thinking about them. Like, you let them win if they keep living in your head rent free.
Yeah. And real talk, like, we get sent codes and stuff. So like, yeah, maybe it like them sending you it and then you talking shit on the game, like, it's kind of awkward, but it's like part of the gig, of just like criticizing the game and the work, not hating the people.
I mean, I was once in a room, Badger asks if there are devs we get on with particularly well, and it's like, if you treat people like people and are nice, like I was in a room with like the entire audio staff of Last of Us, and we were giving each other like studio tips, and like they wanted to come and see our studio, how we were doing the sound for our streams and stuff, and like they knew I didn't like Last of Us 1 very much. Like, they didn't care. Like, they were like, yeah, some of us didn't think it was all that great either sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, we're all just people, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably can't review Jason's game because like we're like best friends.
No, that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, and he like made a show with me for our channel, like, so we're probably not gonna be able to.
Actually, we should review it and give it a 10.
Yeah, probably. I'll get him to pay us for that too,
I know some people don't like this, and that's fine, whatever, but I come from the position, like, I love video games, and I always have, and like that's my starting point. I'm not doing this because like I hate them or I hate the industry. Like, if I did, I probably wouldn't be doing this, and so I don't want to spend all my time being mad at it. That just doesn't seem like a good...
I'm here to love the games, and if we don't, we move on, Ben. Like, why waste time on things you hate?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's marketable.
Spend time over there where you love it.
It's proven by the metrics to get more clicks. Like,
it does. It definitely
that's
does.
Why they do.
Yeah.
That's why they
It's
do
true.
it. Like, that's
It's
why
true.
Angry Joe or whoever
Case
has
in
a
point,
job,
I think one of our highest performing videos at GT, at least in that time period, was
Top
like
10 games
top,
that
top
fucked
10
us.
games that fucked us, and it was
Yep.
just
We used to swear so much at GT. It's insane. I was watching old clips
feel
of
like I
Mandatory
still
Update.
swear
Some of
all
the
the
shit
time.
that Elise and I said, I was like, holy shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Next question. Robert Lee. Hey, Allies, what's your opinion about eating while streaming? I used to have a strong opinion on one side of the argument, but I'm not sure anymore. Very interesting question.
Depends on the food. Any kind of little, like I just had a couple slices of an apple chopped up, or some Blue Diamond almonds. Honorable sponsor of EZA is, but not really. Honorary.
I should ask Roos to try for
Be
it.
like,
Get us Blue Diamond, please.
I've totally poked you about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've asked them.
You do not get enough snack sponsors.
Healthy snack sponsors.
I really hate listening to people chew. So I
Gotta mute your mic if you're munching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It
say
really bugs some people, yeah.
I'm gonna say anti eating on stream, but I have done it before. So
I don't like doing it. I'll drink, obviously drinking, like, because you need to have water, you need to stay hydrated.
Says the
Do
progenitor.
you remember the stream,
Valid
Ben, we
mic.
did at Game Trailers, where I didn't eat that slice of pizza for the whole thing in front of me?
no.
We played Mario 3D World, the original one on Wii U. It was you, me, and Kyle, and we had pizza, and I had a slice of pepperoni pizza in front of me the whole time.
And you just never ate it.
And I didn't want to eat it because I didn't want to eat it on stream. I was like, nope.
Not a fan.
And it
Sounds
really
like
annoyed
that.
Kyle. I was getting really mad. He's like, "Are you really not gonna eat it?" I'm like, "No."
Look at your goddamn card.
Salad mic is the best of all time.
Because I thought I was off the camera and stuff. I
God,
forgot
it's
the
the
mic
best.
wasn't muted.
I don't like eating on camera, but
Shaking it
I probably eat on camera the most, but like my metabolism is so fast, if I don't eat, I'll get like angry. So I figure it's like a better option.
Should we do like a mukbang stream?
I have. Don and I start half of our streams back in the studio. We would be eating and we would just start screaming mukbang and then eat burritos or whatever.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah,
Love a
it's
good
funny
mukbang.
because there definitely be times, when we're in the studio or Brandon's place that I would eat while we're on camera, just kind of try to be in the background. But when I'm at home and on camera, it's like, no, I just feel like it's not working. Not gonna do it.
I'll eat an apple anytime. I think apple and almonds are the only things.
I could eat a peach for hours.
Mm-hmm.
For hours?
As long as you chop that apple up, makes it more manageable. We don't need just like chop it up.
Our next question is from Caesar, specifically for Huber. Hello, allies. This will be a follow-up to last month's question. You may remember, but probably not now, how I asked you to share, excuse me, by the way, the 3 most played games on your Switch consoles, which led to the wonderful reveal that Huber only has 3 games on his Switch and that it's broken and its Joy-Con doesn't stay... I know you
Yeah.
have more than 3
Yeah.
games on your Switch.
Dude, no, we couldn't find it. We tried this
He
whole
literally
time.
doesn't have a library tab because he
Yeah.
only has 3 games on his
Yeah.
Switch. He has some physical games.
Yeah, I have physical.
I can't comprehend it.
Most of the Switch games I buy physically.
It's insane to me.
Nintendo for the last for real, dude. The last 5 or 10 years is just Mario and Zelda for me. I'm sorry, Mario and Zelda. I'm sorry.
I feel like
Okay.
even if you were just doing Mario and Zelda, you should have more than
Yeah, there are more than 3 of those.
All right.
Sorry.
Anyway, fellow Twitch chat member Sabinet555 asked the following question last month that I strongly believe deserves an answer. Huber, how did your Switch break with only 3 games? If Huber is not on the plano, please theorize how that is even possible.
All right, full disclosure, because I love you all so much. So much. Very personal story. A couple weeks ago, I took my Switch into the restroom and I was like downloading something and it fell off of the countertop and the left Joy-Con like slammed out. And then now the left Joy-Con is fully loose. So there you go.
Oh, God.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't take my Switch into the bag.
I
was like
definitely take my
downloading
Switch into the
something. I
bathroom.
was like, it's already in my hands.
I respect it. Yeah, it's fast and loose. I respect it. Yeah, you gotta cover it with diapers.
Huber, like I just the 3 games. I don't
know.
I don't
Yeah, I
understand
think I
it.
just
But
deleted
physical
like
doesn't
40
count, right?
games so that I would have room for new Pokemon Snap. I mean, I didn't need to delete that many, but it's like, just clean up.
I have to delete a game every time I put a game on it.
Yeah. Like
Have you played Three Houses or not, Huber?
No, I have not played Three Houses. Number one, I want to play.
You would straight love Three Houses.
I know.
Dude.
Missed Animal.
We just had this conversation on Frame Trap.
You did not miss Animal Crossing.
Missed Animal Crossing.
Stop saying that.
And
Huber, it's okay.
Then I just have Mario and Zelda and like Mario Kart and Smash. That's it.
It's okay, dude.
That's all you need.
I only have 4 games on the
Crossing
Switch, so don't feel bad. I only have 1 more game than you do.
Well, I'm Monster Hunter, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Our next question comes in from Rorik Buttocks. Hey, allies. You can gain any one skill or trait from the ally to your right. What do you gain from them? For example, if the ally is a great driver, has a high alcohol tolerance, can roll their R's, that's a good one, is skilled at strategy games or whatever, you could copy that skill or trait for your own gain.
Nice.
So we have to go by the
stream.
Actual stream.
So Damiani, Huber would be to your right. Huber, Blood would be to your right. Blood, I would be to your right.
What?
Oh.
Look at the stream. Look at the stream.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the stream. Which way's right?
I am looking at this. What?
Yeah, I'm Huber's to my right, but I got on the stream it's Ben.
Oh wait, yeah. Okay, so Damiani.
Damiani to Huber, Huber to me.
Well,
me
no,
to Ben,
it would be
Ben
Damiani to you. It would
That's
be Damiani.
left. You're looking
Damiani
at
to Blood.
We're looking at our own rights. Are you looking
I'm
at
so
real
confused.
life left?
I'm
I was
looking.
at
I'm
our
looking
rights.
at. I'm looking at Zoom right.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, Damiani to me, me to Huber, Huber to Blood, Blood to Ben, Ben to Damiani.
Say that again.
Okay, I'll start at the top. Blood to Ben, Ben to me,
Yeah.
me to Huber, Huber to Damiani, Damiani to Ben.
Okay. So Blood, you go first.
I go first. Oh man. Because it's funny because at first I thought it was Huber, but maybe I can go with the same thing for you. Maybe it'll work. No, I don't think it does quite as well.
Want me to go? I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded.
You got one?
Go for it.
Because I'm Damiani, right?
Yeah, you're Damiani.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so we're starting at the middle of the circle now.
I'm taking Damiani's freaking Matrix vision of video games because he sees the code and knows exactly how to cheese freaking everything and like just dismantle the game for his own personal victories. I love the way
That's a
you see
good one.
games. Yeah.
So Damiani has Blood, Blood has
I love
Ben,
it.
Ben
I
has
love
me,
it.
I have Huber.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn, I'm taking Blood's racing efficacy so that I could stop sucking at racing games, especially F-Zero GX and the arcade version Blood, which I couldn't win in the arcade version. I tried my hardest, Blood. I couldn't win. I need your racing fortitude so I could power through F-Zero and win it, because that is a shame to this day is not winning in that game.
All right, so Blood, you got one for Ben now?
Yeah, I think I'll get Ben's fighting game analysis.
Nice.
I used to enjoy
won't get
playing
you very
fighting games a
far.
lot, but I feel like at this point, like I'm always terrible. Anytime I try to play that, I'm just terrible. And just the basic of reading another person and responding appropriately rather than trying to test all my moves all the time.
It's so hard. It's so incredibly hard. Ian, I really love your singing voice. I wish I could sing. I'm not very good at singing, so I wish I was better at that. That's what I would take. Is that? Did we get everybody? Or I guess
I have to
you
do
do Huber.
I would take Huber's effervescence, his infectious positivity.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely right.
And like the strange effect that it seems like it's really hard for people to get kind of mad at you. That would be helpful for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever actually been mad at Huber.
People don't get mad. They
I get exasperated with Huber.
Instead of people getting mad at me though, they don't take me seriously. That's the
Oh,
curse.
Sure.
He's like, oh, Huber reviewed that? Nah. Like,
Yeah,
no.
they think
Or
you're
like,
too positive.
yeah. Oh, Huber's hyped on that? Like, nah. Yeah.
We're opposite sides of the coin
Yeah,
on that. Then
yeah,
everyone thinks
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
super negative all the time.
So we meet right in the middle,
We
Ian.
meet
We
in the middle.
fuse. We fuse.
By our powers
Ah.
combined, we are a totally bland
I'd
person.
love to see. I'd
Generic
love to see a
person.
Dragon Ball fusion of you two.
Just like, hello, my name is Stuart. I thought this game was adequate. I enjoyed the song that played during the end credits.
Oh, I like this character, Ian.
Yeah.
This game is a 7. It does not
I
swim.
award this game a 7.
All right. Last one comes in from Tirju Engi. Favorite video game sidekick?
Oh,
Hmm.
Yuffie just popped into my
Holy
mind.
shit. I refuse.
You can't refuse. Midna,
I just say yeah, like you might.
Barry, Yoshi.
Shit.
Interceptor.
Whoa.
Clank is really
Atreus.
good. Tails is really good.
Tails.
Oh man.
I-
Tails.
I like Rush from Mega Man.
Rush is so good.
Yes.
Midna is so good.
Midna's. Yeah. Wow, is Midna going to win 2 things there?
Dude, is Ellie a sidekick in the first
In
game?
one.
I see.
Even
I'm
though you
thinking
play
about that.
as
I
her,
don't really
She's
consider.
a supporting character.
Nah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not really a sidekick.
I think a
Quiet.
lot of these
Same with
characters are like
Atreus.
have too big of a role to be sidekicks.
Yeah.
9S.
I don't like 9S.
Yeah, he's kind of a whiner.
Not big on 9S.
Can I say
Emil.
Alfred in the Batman Arkham series?
Ooh.
Abso. That's a sidekick.
I
by profession.
really, yeah, I love Alfred in those games, especially Arkham Knight Alfred. Really, really good.
Yeah, father figure and sidekick for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Otacon.
Otacon!
Yes,
Yeah!
Otacon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otacon,
Otacon is a
Otacon.
great
Yeah,
answer.
thank you.
Otacon,
Otacon
is
is a
the
great
answer.
answer.
Saved it.
Well done.
Yeah.
Otacon is the answer, dude.
Yeah.
Well done. Yep.
All right, that's gonna do it for the April Q&A. This is a fun one. I think
This
we had
was a lot
we had
of
a
fun,
good
yeah.
we had good energy. Hopefully you liked it. If you did and you want to send in a question about like keep fucking the chicken or whatever, man, go to patreon.com/easyallies. It's the $20 and up tier. Thank you to everybody who wrote in. Thank you to everybody who watched.
It makes
Um,
Bloodworth so uncomfortable. Keep fucking the
Keep
chicken.
fucking the chicken.
Well, every time you say it, like now that you've said it so many times, I'm starting to form a visual, and it's not.
It's a
not-
horrible phrase.
Yeah, I don't like it. Moving on. Save us, Ben. Move on.
Yeah, if you need us to
In
tell
a couple
you our
hours, we will
favorites-
be streaming one of 3 games.
Yeah, people keep trying to change what game we're streaming.
I think we're playing Vermintide, but
It is
I
Vermintide
propose-
or Riot.
I propose we do one run of Chaos Wastes, which I've done. It took me like, I don't know how long it took. And if we finish early, we can do a new hunt or play a quick round of Mario Party.
The new
I don't think
hunts-
we can
the
get
new
a
hunts aren't
quick
out
round of Mario
until
Party unless
tomorrow.
like more people buy the game, though, right?
I have it.
Hmm.
Is it
It's not
60?
installed,
Right.
but I have it. Also, Mario Party takes forever, and this
Mhm.
version
That's
is
true.
pretty random. I mean, they all are, but
All right, everybody. Stay safe and keep fucking that chicken.